Goes okay. So knee, right. Just knee, right. Otagani, right.
Go ahead. Okay. Let's do this. Kind of spread yourselves out, front and back a little bit. I didn't say for everybody to back up because I said spread out. Want to come forward a little bit. Matsukaze was your last one, right? I was going to owe you Pinan Yandan, so that's what I was going to give you, right? Okay. For the moment, Matsukaze, MP.
MP.
Hajime. Yeah, man. Moichiro. Hajime. Yeah, man. Alright, yeah, man. Alright, combined, you two have the kata. Individually, you both are dorking up different parts of it. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give Juan part of Pinan Yandan. For about the next 10 minutes, I want you two to work together to figure out who's right, who's wrong, who's dorking up what, and then we'll revisit this. Oh! Have you had any Pinan Yandan before?
I think I might have had, but everything went down straight.
And here's what I do usually. When you're from here, you grab from here, and you just go on.
That looked pretty smooth. I think you've had some of this before, which is good. That's fine. Back up. Young man. Do you remember what we did, or you want me to go through it again? I want to see what you did.
Well, you just bang right on. And here's the thing that's up for debate, whether the case for five or straight.
Right.
Tension that way.
Not bad. All right, young man, back up.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to aim from the
Relax.
like I said,
It's all good.
and make the debate whether, I think Jerry says it needs to be in the front. James and said.
Well, let's just do it one count.
Same
In the
thing,
beginning,
45, I go
this
that way.
and this are two groups. So one,
No.
two, same thing.
Yes, well,
In the beginning, just like all the penons,
Slide.
there's that little slide step. It's not just a two. Hey.
This is not cat stands everybody. That's what it's going.
I'm trying to anticipate. Still not back up. We're
45.
there you go.
Forward.
See?
Forward and swing back.
You make the knee tense, just watch. Relax your back, relax your right knee. Yeah, your right knee, your other right.
Just right here. I don't know anything.
Just that block. Hey. Okay. Now, from here, you're gonna do this punch over, but you're gonna kind of hook a little
Because you
bit.
start up and then you go
As you
down.
punch over. Not quite so
And
much.
you go up.
Not ending up here, ending up more. You're like punching the arm, not
Definitely,
like.
I'm sure about that.
Like this.
Oh, he's not in.
Hey.
Yeah, we like that.
I just picture this part right here, just like this hand here, and you're just like grabbing a bow.
We're in this position, even in like,
Picture a stick thing.
not touching your body. And you have this out. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure she'll be. Around pretty sure.
No, it's just fly.
To the end. I'm pretty sure
Wait,
this is,
what
Do the
is
same
so-
thing, one more time, same way.
this is 45, I'm pretty sure.
Hey.
Attention forward.
Go back, back to the beginning. Remember that little slide
I
step?
might be the one to mention that.
Hey. Hey.
Same one?
Up.
Yeah, quick question. Right here.
So put your hands out, a little
Which
bit. Now,
one?
go slower. Bring your hand, there you go.
Attention that way.
Well, I mean, my bad.
Hey.
This way.
Hey.
Attention that way, because I'm getting ready to come in.
Up.
No, well,
Grab his
I
head.
always saw that, I was always told, well, depending on
Yes.
who you ask. Jerry said whenever here, you would face this way and also have the hand here, but your body would look towards the front. Now, it's debatable, I
Say body to front.
One said,
And now block, you're just
45,
coming to
you
more or less a
have on the
vertical
other
fist.
side,
It's just a vertical fist punch over.
like this, someone like this,
Hey.
or this. And
Hey.
then you move into.
Good, go ahead.
What kind is this? I picture I'm grabbing some guy's head.
All right, that much all the way through.
Smashing it. I've gotten ready.
I just been told, saying what I've been told.
Like Frankenstein.
The body faces this way, hand in hand faces that way.
How'd you
Yeah,
run?
And
body
then,
this way.
and then what you move forward.
Yeah, body this way, attention that way.
There you go. Good.
So we're thinking the same thing.
I understand what you meant by attention.
Attention, I'm looking that way.
Alright, hold me this one.
Can't be you. You don't come around no more.
I know.
Either that or we should've locked the door, one or the other. How you doing?
Can't do this stuff anymore, got a bad hip.
Yeah, so do I. Who cares?
Well, yeah.
Alright, come on.
It hurts.
One more time, we'll have a look at you. How'd you run?
That's what I'm messing up. I'm going that way, I should be good.
Should be able to see it.
45 this way, attention, or block that.
Do it. Front kick. Elbow. Hand up. Pivot. Front kick. Elbow. Rising block and shoot. Pulse. Okay, come back to the beginning. Do that.
Okay, I certainly learned this, what's your,
It's rough. I'm with you. Been there, done that. Right. That's right.
This one again?
Ah.
Or just order?
Flank. Too much. Goldilocks. About 1 foot length. There you go. Step.
I won't be able to.
It's just numbers, you just write down numbers.
There, and then just pick. Right. Now, the trick is you have to land in a good front stance that way, make a good front stance this way, or you have to cheat and step, don't step. Good. All right? Good, come out. All you do is run through that part, maybe another say 10 times. Then I want you to try and dredge up the rest of it until I come back. If you can't, that's fine, but I want you to try. See what you come up with. I try.
Pretty sure 10 cents. Not a cent. 45 this way.
Put your hand out like that.
Yeah, so,
Straight ahead.
it's still working out.
You're wrong. I think so. I don't think it's like that at all.
So what about when it comes to,
Alright, put your foot up on here.
on the thing, you
Not
sweep it
the-
away or you?
Just like this. Just come straight forward, but at the angle.
Alright, now, measure that. No, no,
Again. Showtime.
Showtime. Let's see it. How'd you make?
to the brain savage. Alright, what color do you want? There is like a dark purple, there's like a dark blue, there's pink, white, black. You want the dark purple? Yeah. Purple is way better than pink.
Alright, yeah, mate. Good. You guys fixed most of it. So let's do one count, one move, just to get the detail. 8. 8.
The other one's too small.
Son. Sheep. Go. Do all that. Got that.
There.
Rope. Yep. Same thing. Just the crane and the hammer fist. 8. Good. Yeah. 8. Go back to the hammer fist and let's just do the drop. Freeze. 8. Yeah. Okay. Don't cheat this motion. Make this a motion before you punch. You are blending it so fast that it's becoming just a kind of a mawashi hikite. Hit that, boom, boom. That. Punch, punch. 8. 8. Okay, now, when you're standing up here, don't forget the scoop with your lead hand. 8. There you go. And this is a Hanzen fighting stance kind of thing. 8. 8. Up. Good. Cheat. Do the whole series. Punch, elbow, boom, boom, boom. Good. 8. All right. Stay where you are for a second. Come on. Not from the shoulder though. Relax the shoulder. You ever carry a food tray?
You can go to
Carry a food tray.
any
That's
sporting
what you're
goods
doing.
store and get them for like,
8.
you get like a cheap one for $3 or like a really nice
8.
one for like maximum $20.
Wow.
Up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big range, but you
Cheap.
can get a good enough piece for like $5 probably.
Okay.
So.
Fix your feet. This is Shiko. This is Shiko. 8. Alright, yeah, man. Good. Alright. Now that you guys have it, work it for a little bit.
Post.
That punches is what's coming
What's
up.
going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you're close. Go ahead and start from the beginning, get up to this point. How's your
You got everything?
I'll take break.
As with everything, here's the trick. You have to land wide on these, after these front kicks. So land wide, there you go. Now pivot into your block and strike. Rear leg front kick, coming forward, back fist.
I'm a little bit unclear on
Close it up, cross leg. Cross leg.
that. Just the uppercut.
Cross. 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 Cross your turn.
So it's bouncing to block here. I always saw it
Come back to here.
on the back stance, and saw his back stance, and you did transition that to.
Front kick.
But you're on.
Land close here.
Yeah, it's moving attention, that's
Kick.
what came to it.
I forgot
Punch,
what
punch. Middle outside. Kick, punch, punch. Low. Supported punch. Twice. Third up. X. Knee. Step drag, shoot go. No, there's no extra step. Return to this shoot go. Put your left foot down, around, heel toe drag. Go back to this shoot go. As I swing this leg around, I land on my heel, and I drag up to my shoot though. Drop the heel, yours. Close?
Close.
All the way through. That's right. You made it.
I did.
I was told a pizza though.
I want to be later than I was.
Sunshine.
Work on legs.
Now, supported block. Second one. Third one. Cross. Down. Put the heel down. Sweep the leg. Heel toe drag. Come back. Now, go back to the shoot. Remember, there's a hard heel drop at the end. I'm down. Boom. Now, stand up to it. Good. I got to do it again.
Close.
On your own. Keep going. I'll give you $20 if you haven't bought his face. more time.
Oh, sorry.
Adjourn.
Ready?
After the heel drop, come back to the yaw, there's a little side step. Bring you back online when you start. Drop the heel, now step over just a little bit, just a little bit to get you back online. There you go. Ah, good, you two, yeah, man. Questions on anything, you keep going.
If I'm doing this part right after, in this series,
Mm-hmm.
turn on,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm looking
Okay, Jion.
Yo.
Adjourn. Yeah, okay. Alright, same basic deal. Put the two of you together, you have a good kata. There's some differences. Each one of you has different parts correctly and incorrectly. So again, take about another 7 minutes, work together, see if you guys can't figure it out.
I think. Again, do you want to know it? Come on, stand. Good. Try to stand. Punch. Punch.
go.
Go ahead, go. Punch. Quick, stand. There's one. Forward. Here. Then, go. Down.
There you go. You're not going into the blocking, right? You can show me how you do it. I know you have a little different press that Juan is trying, but before I say it's wrong, I want to see.
Wait a second, when the,
Here,
Then here, I have that from here to here. I do it here, but I think that a lot of people, it's easier to like step back. How do you do it?
That way.
Step back stance. You come across here, yeah. I know, and I don't see anything wrong with coming.
No, I've never really corrected anybody from one side of the but his going into the block was trying to emulate you, but before I said anything about it, I want to make sure what you were doing. Okay, when you're going into that motion here, when you're dropping this arm down, you're making a big circle out, but you're not blocking. You need to come up into a rising block. You're coming around.
to the left or to the right?
The foot?
Switch hands.
I'm not sure about that.
I think it might have been to the left.
Make that a rising block.
Because,
instead of
well,
whatever
yeah,
that thing is. Now, go back, you can still do the drop the hand,
Because we get back center.
like John James does.
Then
But it needs to
forward,
come up into a rising block, not around
Back.
behind you.
Back stance.
And now, like he's saying,
Counts in
when
again.
you're doing this, you raise it up. Yeah, there you go. Now make sure this on the neck.
One, two. Reinforce.
You see how you, don't go over here. That's right here. Right there, and shift. Bam, that's what I'm gonna do.
You good for the front? Front?
Down.
Six. I'll be good now. And I think I'll let Mike go and join, and I don't know if, I'll see,
And loop right here.
So it's on cheap.
Oh no, I thought it's port, just, your stance here, and then Sanchi next.
I think it's both. But we'll see.
They said, wasn't there a movement,
Just low.
Chris had a movement.
Below, we need, right?
Yeah, man.
That's the part I don't have that.
You want it, all right?
I'm all right. Just one question on the blocks. Okay,
No,
so
no, so I totally want to do it. And like that.
Same thing, low.
I want to check if I got when I'm making. I'm going to get to it. Just
Switch
in
feet,
case.
switch hands.
I might be wrong, what I
Okay.
think.
No,
I'm trying to get-
switch feet.
get back
Your
to
left foot
the-
should be in front, and your right hand should be out. Okay.
Did that uppercut. I don't wanna keep practicing if it's not quite right.
I was thinking whether
It's
I'm going
basically for the
and,
blocks that I'm feeling myself slip.
Cycle, or it.
In what way? When you say slip, what do you mean by slip?
I'm
Pretty sure it's just a low.
I'm speaking like I'm already. I don't know whether it's. I don't know which rotation my hands are supposed to be in.
Okay, that's a good question, because I was about to bring that up. All right, yeah, man, face me.
Those-
Okay, a couple of things. First of all, the blocks this way are middle outside block in the shoe. So, I'm in the middle outside block, front kick, when I land, punch, punch. The second punch, I'm not punching the same part. For Pinon Yondan, I'm punching one fist over. So wherever this first punch goes, the second punch is one fist on top of that. Middle outside block.
Oh, that's on machine.
Front kick, punch,
I thought it was
same
forced.
thing. One fist above here. Now I'm gonna pull back to my cat stance and I'm gonna load. Both palms are down. First knuckle maybe
In this
touches.
kata, there's a little bit of that.
Yeah, you're grabbing your.
Then
opponent.
I'm going out.
Pretty sure some team brand.
Okay, not
For sure,
full
not
fist, touching
using it
your
with,
pinky.
Jin,
Don't turn your wrist, just
Because this
saying,
is
don't
similar to-
turn this way.
similar to the same.
Now,
I'm doing it wrong.
from here, you're gonna look to the other side, palms down.
I'm not sure. Ask that question.
Third one, same way. X. Lean, turn.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Three step, good. Don't heel, step slide, good.
Okay. Okay, I'll admit I didn't catch the middle block instead of the shuto, but personally for the kata it was having these hands at the right loading position that I felt I was doing something wrong. Thank you.
Forward, step, back, go back, the way you put your foot back there, do that.
Front
Let's see it all the way through.
Let's
How'd you make? Yum at. One when you're finished, yum at. If you guys need water, get water, because the three of us are going to chat for a while, because some of the things you guys are doing also apply to some of the things Juan's doing. Katie needs to hear them as well. What's their name? Yep. Hey, huh? Why you bothering me? Good. Any dog less than 20 pounds is a cat, and cats are useless.
Oh, she's 20 pounds, she's a fat little.
Well, fat.
But she still acts like a cat.
He turned me onto that show, Parks and Recreation. You guys ever see that?
I've seen a few of them,
I have not.
Is that?
I have not watched
You have
that
not?
show.
Me neither.
But then again, I lived in Colombia for a good chunk of my life. It probably went out before I actually knew about it.
Might have been. I don't know. When did that come out?
What?
Parks and Rec.
Early 00s, maybe 10?
10, something like that.
Okay.
He's not gonna see it either. He started talking about it, telling me that I was reminding him of one of the characters.
You
I didn't
know,
believe him, so I
have you
watched
seen,
it.
Parks-
Yeah, that's me.
Have you seen Parks and Rec, you said? One?
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
How about you?
just a few times. Yes.
Okay. You know the character that I'm talking about? He's, Ron. Ron Swanson. That's it.
Give me all the bacon and eggs that you have.
Yeah. I don't think you understand.
I don't
what I'm
think you
saying.
heard me right. Not some, not a lot. All.
Take care.
Okay, couple things that apply to everybody in the room, including myself. First of all, we can't agree that kata and bunkai are not exactly the same. Yes, we can say that? Okay. So the principles that the kata are teaching are absolutely inviolate when it comes to the bunkai. But the technique that you might apply in a bunkai can be different, right? So kata may show a punch, but bunkai may be a spear hand, may be palm heel, that kind of thing is what I'm getting at. Okay. As a general rule, what set of angles do we want our joints at? So if we have
45?
our little stick figure kneecap.
On the front side, back leg, but a lot of them,
Well,
there's a lot of 45s.
okay, a lot of 45s.
Never
Okay.
lock the knee, I would say.
Okay, so we'll say 0 degrees is a big negative. You got kind of similar to what you were saying, okay?
Or any joint.
Right. What else?
I think the most easy. You want your wrist at 0 degrees, when I get a punch, I was right there.
Okay. Well, I'm just writing down what you guys are saying. I'm not necessarily agreeing or disagreeing at this point.
Wait,
I just want you guys' opinion.
But wait, what if the knee joints face forward?
In the case of front
Or sometimes one joint can face forward, the other 45 degree, like cat stance.
That's true. That's why I had to correct that. It's not all 45, but there's a lot. It's 45. Started at 45, but then you're to not quite 0.
Okay. Let's kind of see where you guys are going, and you're not, what you're saying is not wrong, but it's kind of drifting off of the exact question, so I'm gonna ask the question a little differently. I'm not talking about the angle external, okay, like I'm doing a technique to the 45. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual angle of my joint.
That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
talk about.
okay. I was hearing something different from.
So it depends.
So-
It depends on the technique.
It does depend, but what I'm trying, let's see if we can come up with some general parameters that we can say, generally speaking, we want to do X, Y, Z.
My math answer.
I'm sorry.
I said my math answer is 0 is less than x, which is less than probably like 179.
Okay.
Between like
I know what you're
one
saying.
Never
degree and
stick to 180
179
basically.
degrees.
Okay, so we don't want to go 180 or 181.
Right.
Absolutely, because why? She's right, why though?
Just broke your arm.
Because you just broke your joint. Okay, right? You just killed yourself. All right, absolutely. So we can say that. So,
Do you want my math interval?
no, we'll keep it kind of simple. So Katie's saying between 0 and, what did you say, 180 or 179?
179. I think
179.
probably from like essentially 1 to
Okay.
179. Because I doubt you ever, to you guys, your point, I don't know if you ever truly achieve the 0.
I'm thinking the wrist might be 0.
Okay.
Is that a joint? Because it's gotta be straight. Or you got,
That makes sense.
Okay.
that's the only one I can,
Zero.
well, maybe the toe, the ankle as well.
In middle blocks, whenever I think of doing a middle block, I often imagine like my elbow doing like a 90-degree angle, well, close to 90-degree angle, so to speak.
Okay. Okay, let's kind of parse these two out, because these are kind of where I was going, right here. Now, personal opinion, I personally would say 0 to 179 to account for the straight line punches. Because I agree that, yes, if I'm off angle here, that's pretty much, I will call that a 0
Not the
degree
elbow,
angle.
but that.
Right, the wrist is what I'm talking about, specifically the wrist. So, general principle 0 to 179. Depending on the joint we're talking about. Right? Do we want a knee at 0 degrees? No, because that's just as bad as 180. Right? Or past 180. Okay. So in general, depending upon the joint, that's where we're talking about. Let's talk about 90, because that's where I really wanted to go. When is a 90-degree angle appropriate and when is it not appropriate?
Offhand, I can't think of it. Appropriate.
Well, no, I'll just leave it out there for the moment, that way.
Okay, here's my elbows, but still, I don't want to.
Okay, you're going where I wanted to be going, but let's see what the other two have to say.
It would be in the supported blocks, in the supported blocks, you're really close to getting that the arm, so to speak, close to the 90 degree.
Okay, Juan is saying the supported blocks, which I would then also interpret as middle outside block as well.
Yeah, middle outside block would,
Okay.
would be in that sphere as
So
well.
Juan votes middle outside block.
Can't think of any for a 90 offhand.
Connor?
Close, but not.
But that's,
Shoulder?
I think that's more close to the 180 though, since technically.
I would say, yes, for here, now I'm talking about the joint, not the line. The line I will agree.
Okay.
I'm talking about the joint angle here. Depending upon the person, you're pretty, I would say maybe 90. Now for me, I'm a little
less.
I'm a little more than 90 in the armpit, and a little less than 90 in the pec.
Yeah, I was thinking that way.
So,
90's stretching me too
yeah,
much.
90 stretching me too much too. But there are some people that can do that. Some skinny people that I would say 90 would be inappropriate for them there. Where else?
Ankle. Seems like
Ankle in front
right
stance,
there.
yep. Ankle on the front leg, front ankle of the front stance.
Not that. That's a little bit less than that.
That's more of an obtuse thing.
First
Ankles on the
Ankles in floor stance, okay? So ankles in certain stances, just to kind of move this along. So we can say that. I would agree with that as well.
hips, if you're doing a straight out kick.
If you're doing a kick, okay? What about the arms? That's really where I wanted to go. What about the arms? Juan says middle outside block. Anybody agree or disagree?
I don't think the elbow should be.
No.
And even. I'm saying Martha.
But is the elbow actually 90 degrees?
More
No.
than 90.
Yeah, depending on the pose, it's very close to 90 degrees. So.
Well, very close ain't 90.
True.
Okay, let's kind of quit beating this dead horse, because that's where I wanted to end up.
Shoot them.
My,
He can
is the elbow 90?
close.
My elbow's not 90.
Less than.
It's a lot less than 90 for me. Okay, so 90 degrees. For the most part, we're going to talk about the elbow, because that's where I wanted to get to. The elbow is never 90 degrees. It can be less than 90 degrees if it's retracted. So, hikite, that's less than a 90 degree angle. Elbow, right? I've retracted the arm. Okay. Anytime I'm sticking the arm out, it must be more than 90 degrees. The outside block is not 90 degrees. It's more than 90 degrees. Once you put the elbow in a 90 degree posture, it loses its structure. So if I'm doing like an elbow or I'm doing a hikite, I'm pulling into it so it's collapsing on less than 90. But if I'm sticking that arm out and I'm 90 or less, you have no power. It's got to come out. Also, for that same reason, we do not ever want to be touching ourselves like this. So if I'm doing hook punch, I'm not doing hook punch here. If I'm doing cup and saucer, like Pinan Yondan and Chino Kata, I'm not doing cup and saucer where I'm touching my own body here. I still need this elbow more than 90 degrees. Because once I've done this, literally it takes 2 fingers to keep it there while you get punched in the face. Here, past 90, you have frame. You have structure here. If I'm doing Load for this block, still more than 90. I'm not collapsing it in to get it over here. So what does that tell us about individualizing techniques? What are some of the things that, because we were talking about a little bit on Monday, we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago.
It's gonna be different for people
Right.
with different frames.
So when we say, like I'm gonna load for Yamazuki, like Chino kata. Cup and saucer, that's the typical teaching verbiage. Everybody thinks cup and saucer means this, where the hands are in line. If I pull to a hikite and I try and line up this top hand, I'm done. I am so out of position, it's not even funny. Now, there are people who are built. Their arms are a little bit longer, their torso is a little bit more narrow. They can actually get one on top of the other and still keep this elbow angle. That's the important part, is this lead elbow angle. So I can't get there, so this is my load for Yamazuki. Now, if I do this, why would I not want to do this? To make it cup and saucer. This is just a silly place for this to be. It has no structure. I'm going this way. Gives me the longer line.
That showed on the last move of Gion for us, huh?
Right. So when you guys are doing Gion and you're wrapping yourselves up, or Naifanchi, same thing. When you're wrapping yourselves up and you're actually touching yourself to come across. Okay, down, down, and across. All right. Now, the end of Gion, we come off of the last Shiko palm heel. Cover, you're leaving that part out. Cover, second.
Same type of load.
It's the same type of load on both sides. It's literally the same load from Naifanchi. To kind of contradict a little bit of what John Eric said last Monday. Sometimes you can compare them because they aren't the same. This is the same. It's not. From the first one, cover, the second one. This one, whatever one's in hikite, is hook punching from the hikite. The top one is coming across. Ooh. Now, hook punch or hook punch, I'm not going to get too bummed up on how far you extend that, as long as it's within the parameters of your body. All right, questions on that?
Actually, it's not a question on that. It's more of a question on Gion itself from here.
Okay, we're coming to that, so give me just 1 second. Question? Good? Okay. Pinot Yondan, Gion.
Gion.
One, you just all the way through, you guys, one count, one. H. Okay, fix your front stance. Now, when you're coming into this next motion, I can't emulate what you guys are doing, but basically it's almost like you guys are just pushing both hands out. You're crossing and pulling here. Whether you're lined up here or offset, I'm not going to get real bunged up over that. That's kind of a personal thing. I like to be offset for my own reasons. But you do cross regardless of what you're doing here. It's not a...
Hands down with cross in front?
That's a good question. Yes, we'll be in front.
Close.
Eight. Eight. Big punch. Punch, punch. Good. Sanshin here. Eight. Eight. Now rear leg kick, right? steps. Eight. Rising lock, step punch. Good. Eight. Eight. Alright, you know what? Let's talk about this piece a little bit. Alright, you know what? Place it back here. From this stretch, it is a direct line from this fist that way, but it's not like jute, it's not coming down. I'm actually punching in this type of angle. So I'm here, as I come up, excuse me, here, as I come up to my stance, this is dropping down and in, not down. Oh.
You're in a hook punch down.
You're gonna end up in a hook punch, but it's kind of a down angle hook punch. My intent, literally, this is why I started this conversation. For bunkai, absolutely. For kata, think about punching that way, not that way. Okay, so come up here to the top of the eye, the rising punch, the high punch. High punch, high punch, high punch. Okay. Do the turn. Eight. Eight. Ah, better. Eight. Yeah, man, go back to the punch. Okay, Brandon, it's an inline step. You're basically just leaning over like you do in jute. Don't step back and twist like Godan. Eight. There we go. Good. Eight. There we go. Eight. Eight. Stop. Sheet. Good, Brandon. All of these hikites are closed fist. You're kind of alternating between them. They're all closed fist hikite. Eight. Throw behind. No. Inline that way. Eight. Eight. Up. Good. Sheet. Go. Rope. Step back, front stance. All right. Go back to the cross block. So we dive into this cross block. I step back, pull, and out. Eight. There we go. Good. Eight. Fix your cat stance. You're way too wide, man. You're too wide. Move your front foot over. There we go. Eight. Eight. One. Let's go back to here. Let's do this one piece at a time. Eight. Just because I want to see it. Eight. Hop. There we go. Good. Going on. Eight. Cat stance. Here. Eight. Sun sheen here. Eight. Eight. Up. Sheet. Now this is just a walkover. You're going to end up in like a fighting stance, short front stance, Hanzen, as you step over for this next one. Eight. Oh, good. Up. Good. Inline she goes. Dude, fix that front foot. You're making my knees hurt. Fix your front foot so it points in a 45-degree angle. What? I'm going to start beating you with a stick. You're making my knees hurt just looking at you. Eight. Bring feet together, cover, roll out. Good.
Looking that way?
Looking that way. Yeah, we're focusing that way. Eight. Cover, roll. Good. There we go. Yeah, man. There we go. Right. Remember on all three of these sister kata, the beginning and the end crosses and comes back to the beginning. Horse stance. What position should your knees and feet be in a horse stance?
Always at 45, sir.
45. You got one foot going this way. You are going to tear a knee, dude. And I've told you enough times that when you end up, as the orthopedist is putting the anesthesia in, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna tell it, I told you so, and punch you in the face. Just so he can wire your nose up while he's in there fixing your knee. Right? 45. All right.
I wanted to ask questions about Brandon.
Ask, yeah.
So I've noticed that Brandon a lot of times, whenever he's,
Mhm.
whether he's at,
Okay.
gosh, what is it?
Mhm.
I just
Hiki
lost
tape?
it. Hiki tape. Or punching, that oftentimes his wrists, my eye,
Mhm.
looking through
Are
here.
dorked up. Mm-hmm.
Is that just a body structure, like an
No,
individual thing?
it's
or-
him dorking up.
Okay. When you had them restart with the cross, I think they had like a block,
Mhm.
you said to start from there. What position were your feet supposed
The feet.
to be?
The feet. Make close
It
to
was
that.
funny, they were like twisted, right?
That low X block, that. Yeah. That.
Put it somewhere like this.
Are they supposed to be sitting on the balls of their feet? Or
The front foot should be flat like they are, and the back foot should be about where they are on the balls of the feet.
just looking at the twist and kind of,
Right. Ken is a lot different than Brandon.
I was trying to see.
How about the cross? Is this in our position?
No, the hands are correct. I think what
Correct.
Katie's looking at is to look at
I'm
both
just
of you.
questioning this.
Your feet are completely, well, not completely different. They're at different angles.
Right. Your, from my angle here, your left foot looks like it's rolled towards your pinky, but that might just be your natural posture.
All right, young man.
Thanks for making me stand.
Thanks for that.
Young man.
I can't.
Young man.
Sorry. Thanks for
There,
making me stand.
that's a very uncomfortable stance to stand that way. So I was just letting them get to the point of torturing them where they started to blame you and not me,
Okay.
which Ken eventually did. The reason that Ken looks like he's on his pinky toe more in that back foot is because he is, and the reason that he is because he's got that leg swung more this way from his body than Brandon does or that I would. Is it right or wrong? It's Ken's body. So, as long as he's stable, it is what it is. But if he swung his leg farther out, that foot would just naturally roll more to the big toe ball that it would.
Is it okay if I ask another one?
Sure.
So they were telling me earlier, because I asked them.
Then it's
they
wrong.
were-
Everything else, okay?
What?
No, I'm making a bad joke. Go ahead.
That they were, when they have their hands here, that their wrists are supposed to be bent because they're grabbing. I was wondering how bent that's supposed to be.
What did you guys
and
mean by
why.
that?
We
Before I
originally
comment on it.
did this.
I just said it's part of the kata, you get a little bit of a bend there.
Okay. Define bend, because I'm hearing one thing and I'm seeing different things
Slight,
that I think maybe Katie may have misinterpreted.
slight, kind of pushing outwards.
An outward bend, right? So
Oh, gotcha.
this way bend,
Okay.
not this way bend.
Got it. Thank you. I was looking at it, I was like, wait.
Yeah, I just did it wrong.
You're good.
We don't want to get, we don't want to get into what is that anime, Nico Mimi dancing, right?
Thank you for letting me
Oh,
know
that-
that, by the way. My own
Never mind.
mistake.
In this plane, there are only a certain number of very specific times where we're bend this
Right.
way. This ain't one of them. In this particular plane, we angle quite a bit depending upon what we're doing. If I'm going to strike, or here if I'm grabbing, I'm going to roll towards my pinky side. That way. Hmm?
Cool. Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks. Sorry for torturing you guys.
That's why it's a benefit if nothing, come sit and watch. All right, we got one. When you finish, Yummy. Anything from you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Really? Oh.
That I was just me going through my, no, it was just me saying.
Yes sir. No sir. Oh. You might already. Okay. Anyway.
That was
Good.
just me remembering. Never mind. Me and my father were wondering whether or not.
Me and my father.
Wow.
Wow.
If I
You don't
could-
study grammar anymore?
Oh.
Now I'm just being funny, but no, seriously. My father and I.
My father and I were wondering whether or not, during the last few moves of the card that we just did, is it your stance followed by, stance I would think it up Naifanchi, or is it just going to be Naifanchi both ways?
Naifanchi both ways.
Okay.
You end up in a Naifanchi cover, which you keep forgetting, cover, Naifanchi. So, turn, I cover the first time, I slide, Naifanchi, cover, slide, Naifanchi. Nope.
Os.
Anything else? Alright, we'll run a little bit over, so we just call it. Us. Arigato. Owatenai. Go home.